Greetings everyone, here's Lodric again, and this is the game War in the Pacific, Admirals Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy. This is scenario 1 on the new map, version 27, and we don't use any mods. Yeah, KilRoy use or play the Allies, and for me it's Empire of Japan. In this turn I think we will hopefully see a lot of battles and maybe mostly Japanese victories. I still also try to clean a bunch of bases where KilRoy left mines behind. Some sub-activity around Pearl Harbor, Hawaii submerging, and I sent here a cruiser force to Ceylon, Colombo, and I intercept here enemy destroyer escort, but the weather is, or somehow the ship can avoid here the attack. Making some bombardments, but or some shells, but at the end, somehow we're coming very close, but the ship can maybe the weather is so shitty. Yeah, maybe it's thunderstorm. Yeah, you can see here, thunderstorm. Maybe the visibility is not so good. I really don't know if this thunderstorm have impact on Navy battles, or it's really a night moonlight question. Who knows? In the end, ship can escape. No battle. Pity. Hopefully I get some experience for this. Night bombardment of Palmbang, Falcons, light bombers, and my Zeros cannot catch them. L212, scout bombers. I can also not catch them, but the flag can catch them. I mean, they're really only scout bombers. 15 kilo bomb is the smallest bomb I think in the game. So Davao is clean. Also the island source of Singapore. And my cruisers, this is now daytime. So now no escape. And now the weather is only overcast. So weather change. It's daytime and the weather cleared up. Range 6000. I mean, I would expect here that my cruisers can now finish this. I'm sure. First, the Yuma get a hit on my cruiser, making some surface damage. But my ship get also already the third salvo making a hit. Yuma still make a hit, so very skillful gunners on both sides. The question is only 4-inch still make nothing, no damage. It's a 105mm gun. And my 20cm or 200mm, 203mm will normally take apart this kind of destroyer escort. So, and it's sinking. Very skillful again, Japanese. I have always the right commanders for the right ships. And yeah, 6 shell hits. Here still now thunderstorm. Maybe it was not upgrading the hex, so it's still thunderstorm. Good, but now daytime. Hit, 6 hits, 1 kill. Destroyer escort, but this is an early destroyer escort. I don't know if we were really so good, but I was able to intercept them. Some navy battle at least. Very fair fight. And the Japanese peace patrol missions, well, catching some British pirate and making end to this. Maybe this was a ship trying to run escort duty to Rangoon and catching up some convoy. I'm not so sure. Running alone, I don't know. Hard to say. So now bombardment in China. Some very successful strikes. And for the amount of airplanes, I would say it's also good damage. Yeah, if units are dying and getting destroyed, then it's always an indication that the unit is broken and need only a kick to surrender. Unluckily, air power can never force a unit to surrender. Only ground units can do this. So, a British airstrike against my Burma army, not really creating damage, but maybe slowing still units down. Yeah, this is only my own ship, or my carrier reporting my own invasion fleet. And today my cap over my cruisers are working. I can intercept here Catalina 1, scouting my cruisers. Yesterday I was able to make a torpedo attack, or navy attack. This has this Manila battle group from the Americans that are forced in the jungle. At the end they are starving. There's nothing really to save them. This is a strike for the airbase. So there's a British airbase in Moulmein, but maybe no airplanes more. Yeah, making recon pictures of all the bases here in south of Burma. I still fear that maybe somewhere the flying tigers and then showing up and then we have a big air battle. And this would be maybe not in my favor. So far I only catch the British Buffaloes, but not the American P-40s. Yeah, and now it's my landing where I hoped to be already 2 days ago. Light losses on my side, and there's only base force, I think, and these are Dutch base forces, and a platoon. No, not a platoon, it's a battalion. But I'm not so sure of. I don't really know the size difference between all of this. Yeah, landing was okay. Good. So 11th Army, yesterday there was only a purely tank attack to soften this Chinese units. They're all broken. And now with infantry support, Chinese are running. Okay. yeah, they're running, but there's no really a way to escape. The 13th Japanese Army also successful north of Wenchao. I mean, this was all troops like we had battle east of Wenchao, in Wenchao, and now north of Wenchao. So this is the third battle already. So the third time that these Chinese are defeated, and there's less and less combat power left. Now they're jumping here into the mountain, so then I let them stay there. Out of, not on the road, I don't care. This was a block force I cleaned up. No big issue. Also, my Mongolian army finished finally this Chinese corps. So the way is now free, but the way is far and long. 14th Army fighting here in Batan. This is more or less left over from Clarkfield. And yeah, the defense power is dropping already, so there's even KilRoy cannot even, if he have still this double terrain bonus, so it will half more or less my attack value, but the allies are also not able to really bring all their attack value on the table, so I can blow up one fort level at least. And I have here casualties, mainly again only disabled, not so much destroyed. But for the allies it's much more. The numbers are here as higher for me, but for I really only care how much is destroyed or disabled. So I lose maybe 500 attack value, but the allies losing with destroyed unit much more. So next time here's 3000 to 500. So then I still make here a victory. I would say it's a victory, but with casualties. The Dutch southern forces are also defeated. I mean, of course, space forces all not the way they can fight. And two of them already surrender. No, 3 units are destroyed and 2 are retreating. So that's okay. And I take here the oil north and Palm Bank. There was no real battle, only take over the place. And the forces of Porta Princesa also now over. Finally, no, only 1 unit give up. So there's 1 unit left. 1 fight still. And more local Vietnamese garrison units are enter the war. But they are really like a Taiwan, like Thai forces, but you cannot even move them around. They're fixed locally. Good. Air Force was not so heavy, but a better kill ratio for me. Yeah. At the end, nothing big, but yeah. Less airplanes for the Dutch, for sure. And ship sunk. I don't know, was there anything? Yeah. So this was this destroyer escort. It has radar. And it's good for anti-submarine. But I really don't know where it was going. But it's normally a good convoy escort against submarines. And I mean, it's good for anti-submarine, and it has also a lot of anti-aircraft firepower for the size of the ship. So, but it's not built for surface engagement. Tja. So victory in China, destroying this block force, also destroying the Wenchao army. kicking them here back. Now they are here in the mountains, broken, without supplies. And if KilRoy wants, he can come back. I maybe will use some airstrikes to keep them busy and maybe destroy them over time. But I have more important things. So first, I will focus on cleaning the bases, cleaning the main roads, and all of this. And I realize there's some Chinese forces here east of the river. So I don't know if KilRoy maybe try to have an attempt to attack me here, because Nanchang have maybe not so much attack value. I have here some units, but it's only a mixed brigade and a Navy Guard unit holding the city. Or I don't really invest here. I also don't go for all of the central Chinese. So this is only the basic defense line. I go here, and here I wait and hold, and in the south and the north I push. Yeah, this was successful. So I can try to, I more or less bypass the city first, and I go first for Nanyang. At the same time pushing you for Xi'an, and then I can, after I trap here all the forces, I can maybe get rid of them. Victory also in the north. The Mongolian army is now free to walk to the dot base, and then once on that base I try maybe to go for Lenchao, and then see, because if I have an army coming from Xi'an at the same time here from Lenchao, then where the Chinese want to hold the line, and especially with what? It's always a question where the Chinese try to hold and where the Chinese try to push. My cruisers was here in position, blockading more or less Rangoon, nothing more. And I was also hoping maybe to lure some Catalinas in, and at least I kill one scout airplane. But the port is blockaded. There can normally nothing more go in or out without running into my cruisers. There is some ships going southwest. I can see them, but they are maybe really only small, cheap cargo ships making the super risky run for Rangoon. A second cruiser formation at Ceylon intercepted this destroyer escort. Normally very risky to stay here, but I was hoping simply to have here not much enemy presence, but yeah, I think this is only one times. I can here go in, and then I must really run out, because now maybe KilRoy will react for this. And my forces will move in Singapore maybe tomorrow. We will see. I took the oil north of Palm Bank, but unluckily I think a little damage. 5,000. I took this base. Was easy. I mean, of course, there's only Dutch base forces, and they're all destroyed already or heavily damaged. Landing successful north of Palm Bank. There's also only base force, and there my heavy bombardment group, heavy cruisers, was able, I think, to suppress all of them. So I can simply take the base now, and then walk on Batavia, and avoid here the minefields. Philippines is already done. I can see that KilRoy is moving here out of the jungle, trying to come here back to a base, of course. All I can do is now bring some block force to hold this base, because here's a highway. You can see I can walk here fast down, but I must make sure that he's not coming to this base and then run south, and then I must catch him up. So if I block this base and Manila, then it's first enough. I only need to hold this two normally. To walk from this base to this base needs much longer, because there's no road connection. So I need a little more time to finish Batavia, and then once Batavia is done, I can bring in some forces to finish the Manila garrison and army. So this is the American Manila army, and this is the American Clarkfield army. And this is much more stronger. But again, they hold, but I think barely. So I think it's really like a Puerto Princesa. There's also something left, but yeah, the question is one battle or two more battles. Yeah, it's enough. And my forces, maybe I can check this. I suffered also some losses, so if I see a TOE, This regiment is completely wiped out, but this is only small support regiment, or yeah, regiment. And my tanks are damaged. This tank regiment is also out of action, and this armored unit is already at the lower end. But all the rest have a still too high TOE. This Navy Guard unit is maybe also not more so in best shape. And the second division took maybe the heaviest beating. A lot of unit getting disabled, but okay, it's all disabled, not really destroyed. Yeah, only because I never talk. So because the Chinese are entering here Vietnam, then you get this Vietnamese militia division, what can be strong, but they are static. And I think they have the fighting power like Thai units. And you really start not with too much equipment. This unit just spawn, so you start with 50. Yeah, you can see supply 0. So because it's just entered the hex, this was not able to call in supplies up to now. So you have 60 attack value, but attack value means only roughly. It's not talk about how is the quality. I mean, American, British attack value have, I think, the highest value. Japanese are okay. Then Thai, Chinese, Dutch, Vietnamese, I think all of the same level. This is also why you get much more points for killing American and British forces compared to Japanese, compared to Chinese. There's this 1 to 2 to 4 kill ratio. So you must more or less, I think, kill 2 Japanese corps or squads to get 1 point, but I need only to kill 1 British and American force to squad to get 1 point, but I must kill 4 Chinese to get 1 point. So always, this is why the game break it down like this. Here in Palmbang, I waited for some additional minesweepers because I won't bring them in together with my invasion fleet, because I'm worried that I really run here in too many mines, and then if I have maybe minesweepers with my invasion fleet, maybe more likely to sweep them immediately and not hit too many of them, hopefully. In my air cover, still detect nothing. So I think KilRoy not try to defend Port Moresby. He only try to resupply the units and send him mines. Makes sense. If you're unlucky, you run with a big AP in the mine before you can unload. Or a cruiser hit a mine and is crippled. Or if you destroyer hit a mine, it's dead. And I lost here 1 rowboat against a mine. So, and the rest is empty. No activity, no scouting, looks fine. And the Java, my air units was able here to achieve a lot of victories already. So this air wing is now at 62, but it's a little high disabled units, you can see. So maybe I keep them down for 1 or 2 more turns to get this damaged airplanes repaired and back for duty. Good. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.